Hi, this is Upendra. Video tutorial 6. We are going to discuss forms in django. Before watching this video, please watch these videos. Okay, what is form? What is forming? What is forms in django? You know, forms are nothing but taking the input from the user. We are going to take the inputs from the user, like sign up forms, login forms, sign in forms, where user is going to enter the data. That form data will be submitted to the database. So form is nothing but taking the input from the user. By using HTML, in HTML, we have a form tag to create forms. Form controls are there. Text field, password field, email ID, email field, drop down. There are so many form controls. How we are going to use them in django will be discussing, students. So since django uses ORM framework, object relational mapping, here we are going to map the fields defined in django forms into HTML input fields. Now we'll see steps for creating forms project in django. We'll follow the steps. We'll be creating django project with the name forms project. Now the project folder is created. You can find it here. After that, you should change the directory. CD followed by project name, students. CD followed by project name. After that, you have to create application folder. Python manage.py startup application folder name, something like test app. Now you can find a application folder created inside project folder. Since it is a HTML project, that means a templates concept, we have to create templates folder inside main project folder called root project. So that means we should create templates folder inside main project folder. How to create templates folder in project folder, you can see. Just this is the root project folder, not this. Under this, you have to create the folder with the name templates. Here there is the option new folder, or just right click new folder. You can create the name with the name templates. And you have to register both application folder path as well as templates folder path inside settings.py. That means you should add these 2 lines of code. Under installed apps, you should mention test app. Under templates, you have to add this line of code. So you know already this why to include this line in templates concept I have discussed. If you don't understand, please watch previous class videos. Now open settings.py. Under directories, you can mention the code. This code is nothing but registering templates folder path. Now you can mention application folder name. After registering application folder path and the templates folder path, inside settings.py, you should create forms.py file inside application folder. We have to keep the code related to forms inside forms.py. The forms.py file is not a predefined. User should create this file inside application folder. Let's go to the VS Code and just right click on desktop. If you expand desktop folder or application folder, you don't find with the name called forms.py, which means we should create new file forms.py. Now, let me explain this code. To become a class as a form class, the class should extend forms.form. It is called inheritance. If you are not extending this, our class becomes a normal class, not a form class. So inside forms.py, we have to create the class with the form name something, and which should extend the forms.form. It is an inheritance. Suppose if you are going to create a student form, the class name you are going to take student form, employee form for employee details, book details for book form, like that. And we have to import forms module. This forms module is available under django. So class input form, extending form, and these are the fields. In text field, for example, in form we are going to ask we are going to use a label tag, enter first name something. But here, just you can take the variable. You know, class is a collection of variables and function. Variable is also called as a field. So each field is nothing but a label in django. First name like you are getting a label. Now, for storing characters, django provides a data type called char field. It is a predefined function available in the forms. For that, we are importing and extending. And this first name maximum characters allowed up to 400 characters. Similarly, last name and roll number. Roll number means integer. So we are having the data type called integer field. Similarly, to store decimal values, we have a float field something. Suppose you want to display message, you want to display message to the user, you should enter 6-digit roll number, 3-digit roll number. Just you can type help text some message, and password forms.char field, widget equal to forms.password field. What is the use of this line is password should be invisible. If you are not passing this parameter, the password is visible. So to make password invisible, we should we should write the code widget equal to forms.password input. Okay. Now I'll keep this code inside forms.py students. And you should follow the indentation while typing, just follow the indentation. After that, the business logic we should write. We have to import render object, because since it is a template for project, we should import render object. And we are going to import the input form, that means form class. I'm defining a function with the name display. I'm creating empty dictionary, dictionary name and followed by the key name. It can be any name equal to the form class, which means all the form fields are going to be referred by the name called key called form. Just I can pass context to the render object, which means the form fields are displayed are going to render to the index.html. Let me write this code inside views.py and follow the indentation. And then we should create a index.html file inside templates folder. Index.html file inside templates folder. Just right click on templates folder, new file, index.html. Index.html. Now let me explain this code. So generally forms are created with the form tag in HTML. Here also we are using form tag, action attribute and method equal to post. And in django, we use some additional tag CSRF token. CSRF means it is a template tag. CSRF stands for cross-site request forgery, which is for security purpose, which will preventing the attacks, forgery attacks. And there is a concept called rendering methods. We have a rendering methods. There are three types of rendering methods: form dot as table, as underscore p, as underscore ul. As underscore table means all the fields are aligned to the table. That means rows and columns. If you're using underscore p, the fields, form fields are aligned paragraphically. That means line by line. The ul means, so in UL also we have a list of items are aligned with the bullets, and the list of items displayed line by line, right? So form fields are also displayed line by line. So your wish students, as per the requirement, you can use underscore table or PQL something. So in our project we are using underscore P, underscore P. By default, if you don't want anything, you can mention form. Okay, so and input type equal to submit, value equal to submit. When you click the submit button, okay, when you click the submit button, so nothing is going to be happen because we are not going to add any database logic. We are not going to write the code for the models. We'll discuss models concept. We'll try to submit this form data to database, either MySQL or MongoDB later. Okay. At present, it is a just a static form. It's not a dynamic form. So next class is like coming videos. We'll be trying to submit this form data to any database. Okay. So now you understand this. Okay. And form tag close, body tag close. So under urls.py, you have to write 2 lines of code. Under project folder, expand urls.py. Just add 2 lines of code from desktop import use and add a path. First, views dot, I think which function it is, display function, right? Yeah, display function. Okay, last 2 steps left. We should start the server. Python manage.py run server. You have an URL. You got an URL. You can copy paste in browser. So we are getting page not found because you should type the URL pattern, right? You should mention URL pattern / first. Now you can see this is a form which you have created by using forms concept. You can type the data here and something. Password, see, it should be invisible, right? For example, Kiran, I'm typing, it is invisible, okay? And here you have a double quote side, just a second. Okay, if you submit form data that is submitted to the same document, you are not going to miss any message, registration done successfully, something, saved successfully, something, because we are not using the database. So I hope that you are clear with this project, students, you understand. So that's enough, students. So thanks for watching. Please subscribe, please like, please send a comment, students.